Monday afternoon from Dr. Savoie that I would be offered the position. And to be candidly, with you, I knew that the call was coming on Monday, and by the time I received it, it was 4:15, and so I was wondering if I wasn't the second call. And but regardless, he called, asked, gave me the offer, and I was elated to accept. Very honored, very humbled to be the next director of athletics. Gentlemen, in our industry, this is a great, great job. I'm telling you, it's a great job.
What made it so attractive to you?
4 things. My wife and I really researched this together, but we kind of had 4 pillars or boxes that we checked off. First, it was the leadership. Any athletic director knows that they need to have a great boss and great support from the campus leadership. Dr. Savoie is that. He understands the role of athletics. He's supportive, very thoughtful in his decision making, and I couldn't ask for a better person to work with and for. Secondly, we looked at the university. Is it the type of institution that draws quality people? Because again, we win with people. And so, check the box. Research, development, great academic programs, 19,000 students, great size, but still an intimate feel here. Thirdly, the athletic programs. You guys have had great success athletically, right? You know that. And then finally, the community of Lafayette. Lafayette has been, it's made a great impression on us in a very short time. Last week, as Kara and I were walking around campus, everyone from students to staff to people in the community were so friendly. And we could just sense this level of genuineness that was there. And so, new boss, check. University, check. Athletic programs, check. And the community, check.
You walk into a situation similar to what you had in Missouri where, possibly maybe trying to switch conferences or at least move up in prestige level, but also, more importantly, kind of a facilities renovation. Given that you have experience in that, how much is this situation sort of in your wheelhouse?
Well, I think there's experiences there, no doubt. I know there's an interest by some, that the University of Louisiana entertain or start exploring other conferences. But I would tell you, I've got to get here, I've got to assess, I've got to get a lay of the land. I know Commissioner Benson. He's a fine leader. I know many of the ADs in the conference. I'm telling you, from a Power 5 chair, the Sun Belt is highly respected. When I was doing football scheduling in Missouri, there were certain schools, this being one, that was on our football coach's no schedule list. And so I think that speaks volumes there. From a facility standpoint, absolutely. When we moved in to the new neighborhood known as the SEC, we had a lot of catching up to do. And so what I would tell people is that it's one thing to desire to look at something else. It's another thing to be prepared to do that. And part of that preparation is infrastructure. Part of it is winning tradition. And then obviously there's parts, like market value and television households and things like that. So I look forward to getting here, just assessing, evaluating, talking to a lot of people, and we'll go from there.
When you have a president that seems to be very forthcoming and wanting to progress the athletic department in whatever way that is, for you as an athletic director and in your experience, when you have a president that really wants to work hand in hand with you, I'd imagine that that's just kind of a big weight off of your shoulders, knowing that you have someone that's in your corner.
That almost means everything, to be honest with you. And that was part of the attraction to this job, is that Dr. Savoie, he understands the role of athletics. He has a great perspective. He's not a fan. He's an actual leader who understands the role that the athletic department can play. I've always said this: there are so many more important things going on at a university than athletics. But often athletics is the most visible aspect of university. So going back to the pride piece, that's why it's imperative, in my opinion, that the athletic department continues to be a pride point with our university, our community, our alumni, etc. And so yes, that's very, very important in my industry.
When you talk about assessment, what is your priority as you look to start in early March?
I knew that whoever got this position, in essence, was going to come in and have access to a cheat sheet. The campus leadership did an amazing thing about a year and a half ago when they had the program reviewed. That was unbelievable insight, very helpful. So in essence, I have a list of 20 recommendations right off the bat that I can do, and we know what those are centered around. You guys have probably seen them. And so, but first and foremost, I'm going to come in and I'm going to listen and I'm going to learn. And I've got to get, a feel for the staff, making sure everybody's positioned correctly, develop the leadership team, all those kinds of things. So that first 90 to 100-day plan, if you will, again, reaching out to staff and stakeholders, making sure that the leadership team is in place, getting expectations aligned, but part of that's learning. What are the current expectations or the mode of apparatus, and making sure that's aligned with what I want to see done. And then we'll start moving forward. I believe in the old adage, fools rush in. I do believe that. And so that doesn't mean we're going to move at a snail's pace, but we're going to listen. I'm going to listen and evaluate, and but we will have a pace. There are going to be some things that we're going to start looking at very intently, so we can get moving.
You mentioned the audit report.
Yes.
The 20 things we're going to do. How important is it to have that in place where you don't have to go get it? And how important is it that it comes from a guy that you have worked with and obviously respect?
Absolutely, huge in a word. Again, that report, provides an incoming athletic director with a great deal of information, and because I have a relationship with Mike, we know each other very well. I know the accuracy of that. I know the thoroughness of it. And so it's a document that I know I can absolutely trust, when I read it. And so, again, I just look forward to really assessing that. We'll do two things here as we make decisions. We'll look at a couple filters, if you will. Not the only two, but these two. First of all, anytime we make a decision about spending money, we're going to ask ourselves a question: will it positively impact the student-athlete experience? Will it enhance our student-athletes? And secondly, will the spending of that dollar help generate more dollars? Now again, there's expenses involved in our business that may not check both of those boxes or any of them, but we're certainly going to look at those two things initially to make sure that we are being fiscally responsible, effective, efficient, and respectful for our resources.
Where's Dexter, Kansas?
I'm surprised you don't know. Dexter.
You would be surprised.
Dexter is in south central Kansas, pretty close to the Oklahoma-Kansas border. Great little community, rural community, and you know what? I wouldn't have changed that growing up experience for the world. But yes, small, intimate. Everybody knew everybody. That's why you never married from the same town, because you're just too close. And so. When I graduated, I ventured out to Kansas State, which was Manhattan, and at that time a community of maybe 45,000, not that big, but I thought that was a metropolis.
It's the Big Apple.
Yeah. To me, it was the Big Apple. And so, but yeah, it was a great place to live, and actually where helium was discovered.
Nice.
Now you know.
Who knew?
Helium.
How many stoplights?
None. No stoplights. Couple stop signs. Couple maybe bent over, but yes, it was a great experience growing up there.